So there's an interesting backstory, I think, here that is completely unique, and that we saw these numbers, these giant numbers that you and your firm. But behind all these stories, when you, as a young attorney, look out and go, well, how does this guy get there? And you lost one of the most important cases of your life, and that's what started this success, right?
So I represented this wonderful guy. His name was Caesar. And he was an immigrant from Mexico, spoke perfect English. He had been a police officer in Mexico for a number of years, came to the United States, got married. He was a gay man, and he was married to another man, and they were just living a great life here in America, just really wonderful people. And he's driving down the road one day, and he gets rear-ended as he's just about to make a right-hand turn into a gas station. Big hit, right? Big collision. He leaves, goes to the hospital, gets checked out. And over the next couple of months, he develops these just unbelievably terrible migraines, horrible headaches, right, that just feel like his head's going to explode. Well, it turns out that he had a condition that was congenital since birth, and most people actually who have this condition never even find out they do. But after this crash, what had been an asymptomatic congenital condition that wasn't bothering him became symptomatic. And so his head literally started swelling, and they had to do a procedure, a shunt procedure, to basically drain water off of his brain so that it didn't swell and kill him. This was in 2018, so I'd been an attorney for 5 years, but this was the first significant trial, right? A trial with major damages, major injuries. And I brought in a very talented trial attorney who had a number of big verdicts, one of the best attorneys in town. He really is a great attorney. And we went and we did that trial together, with him kind of leading the way and me doing it with him. And we ended up losing somehow, just losing outright. I spoke to one of the jurors afterwards. The jury deliberated for 3 days before coming back, split 6-2 against my client. And I spoke with one of the jurors who was just heartbroken, just sick about what had happened. And she explained that in the jury room there was a lot of racism, a lot of people who were talking about how they didn't want to give him a lot of money and then have the money go to his mom in Mexico when he died. Not that would have happened. I mean, he has a life here in the United States. He's married, but just a lot of things like that. People suggesting that because he was gay, probably what happened to him wasn't because of the crash, but was some infection. I mean, stuff that there was no basis in it. It's not true. We know exactly what happened, and we put on a good trial, but we just had a very unfair jury, and Caesar ended up dying not long after that. And he, from the injuries, from the crash, and never justice, for Caesar and his family. And it just, it was just gut-wrenching, right? You can't, there's nothing else. So, I love this guy, and it does something to you. And for me, it was one of those things where I knew what we did is serious, right? And I knew that I loved my clients. I did my best for my clients, but you have something like that happen, and it has a different depth to it. And the next trial, the next trial that I had, the next significant trial I had, I represented this very sweet lady who a doctor had committed medical malpractice and just almost killed her, and she was left without being able to walk under her own strength ever again. And it was this really terrible thing, and a wonderful lady named Tatina. And I will tell you, when I went into that case, my mentality was intense. I was ready for war, and what happened to Caesar wasn't going to happen again, and that's, I've kind of carried that with me for sure.